Hello and welcome to the race. This time I'll be racing in Mexico at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez circuit. As usual, I will be playing the PC 2020 game. Looking forward to the 2022 game coming up, but for now, still the 2020 game. I will be playing against the AI at a difficulty setting of 50, and I'll be playing at 25% race distance. I only qualified, was it 14th on the grid? Not fantastic, but we'll see what we can do. I'm in an AlphaTauri, racing as Pierre Gasly. So, without any more preamble, let's get into it. Okay, start race. Okay, it's a long drag to the first corner, but I've got to be it's very tempting just to shoot up the inside of everybody. But you can suddenly get caught out on the inside when everybody else is on the racing line going into the corner and you're going up the inside and you're running out of space, basically, a bit like that. Oh, I've got a hand of position back. Okay. There he goes. No, Norris and Stroll. Where's Ricciardo then? Oh, there he is. Oh, I've had to let loads of cars back. Oh, I've been turned. Whoa, look at that. Well, that was fun. It's going sideways there. Have I got any damage? I need to check for damage. Let's have a look. No. Well, that was very exciting. And I've made 4 places. I'm up to 10th place. I need to settle down here though, because I'm a little bit jittery. Kimi Räikkönen right behind me. I will have to make a pit stop at some point in this race onto the medium compound, as will everybody else. Actually, what's Räikkönen doing as high as that? He's right in front of a Ferrari there, isn't he? Can I get past Ocon? Oh dear, it's close. Oh dear, tapped. Fastest first sector for me. Oh dear. Okay. Oh, a long way behind now. Räikkönen. I'm so much quicker than Ocon in front. I mean, I had to virtually stop the car there. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Now suddenly I'm in trouble all over the place. Right. That's because Ocon was going so slowly. I kept them to slam the brakes on. It just destroyed my rhythm. Got to hug the inside here. Ferrari of Leclerc has got past. Raikkonen. Oh dear, come on. Ocon's just, this is very annoying. Ocon's got it. This is not the right corner to overtake on because it is a sweeping left, but I managed to do it. That could have gone spectacularly wrong. Okay, after Ricciardo now. One of the best Grand Prix I've ever seen, or the end of a Grand Prix anyway, was at this circuit. Actually, two of them. 1990 Mexican Grand Prix and 1991 Mexican Grand Prix. Those 2 years, one after another, fantastic races. Both of them saw Mansell in the second place. Back in those days, the best races you ever saw were ones where Mansell finished second. Because if he won, he tended to win relatively comfortably. But races where he was second were ones he really had to battle for and nearly win, sort of thing. Apart from the 1987 British Grand Prix, of course, which was a fantastic race, and he did actually win that. But this race in 1990 was a great race. It was ended up a 1-2 for Ferrari. Prost winning, Mansell's second, despite the fact that that's another car overtaking. Oh dear, overtaking on that bend. That's 2 laps running I've overtaken there. But yeah, where was I here? Mansell qualified 7th on the grid, Prost 13th, and yet they were first and second. Prost was first, Mansell was second, but the last few laps were amazing. Incredibly exciting. Prost managed to come through the field and actually caught and passed Mansell as Mansell was catching and passing everyone else. Prost pulled away, had a comfortable lead. Mansell was obviously very frustrated, even more so when Gerhard Berger got past him in his McLaren with just a few laps to go, about 3 laps to go. Berger passed Mansell. Berger was on fresh tyres. And as he was overtaken, Mansell, trying to defend the position, he went off the track and got his old knackered tyres all greasy and grassy and muddy. But that didn't stop him coming back at Berger. He was so fired up, massively fired up. Oh dear. Didn't fancy doing that 3 laps running. Didn't feel lucky. And Mansell came back onto the track with bits of grass and mud and dirt flicking all over the place. And he went for it with Berger massively. And he swerved. He was swerving backs and forwards from side to side behind Berger, just before he lunged around the outside of the super dangerous Peraltada curve, which isn't here anymore. It was taken away only 2 or 3 races after that, 1991, I think, because it was too dangerous. Didn't stop Mansell overtaking Gerhard Berger around the outside on old tyres. Berger had brand new tyres. So Mansell managed to regain 2nd place, and he finished a good half a minute behind Prost, but at least he had done some heroics there. It's a great race to watch if you can get it on YouTube. I've still got it on, I've got it on DVD now, I think. Having originally recorded it on VHS off the TV, I've still got that original recording from 1990. Oh, that was a bit naughty there. That was an interesting race because I was watching the highlights program. They show the highlights program late at night for non-European races back then, only half-hour highlights. And they actually were playing the highlights program during, still during the race. The race was still on in Mexico when late in the evening they were showing the highlights program. So they actually scrapped showing the highlights and jumped straight live to the race for the last 5 laps because it was so exciting. They wanted to show the whole of the last 5 laps. And that was a bit odd, watching the commentary by James Hunt and Murray Walker, and then suddenly James Hunt said, "Oh, we've cut live to the race now," because it was so exciting. They just abandoned the highlights. So part of the race we didn't see because they skipped a chunk of the race in order to jump straight to the live broadcast. Come on, let's get past Daniel Ricciardo. Where can I pass him though? Oh dear. Where can I get past him though? Is that Giovinazzi out of the race? And the 91 race was also exciting. Mansell and Patrese in their Williams Renaults, first and second on the grid. Mansell was on fire, had nearly won the Canadian Grand Prix. Oh, pit lane's open, okay. The previous race, but something broke on his car, or something happened with his car just 3 or 4 corners before the end of the race, whilst he was leading a minute ahead of Piquet. So that was the race just before the Mexican one in 1991. So there he is. I can't remember if he was on pole or Patrese, but they were first and second on the grid. And then right at the start, Mansell had a problem straight away, right at the start, and it slowed up his car. And Patrese was able to pull out a lead. Oh, look at that. Oh, God, dear. I shouldn't be doing that because I'm about to go into the pits. Anyway, Patrese was able to pull out a big lead of about half a minute. But then with about 25 laps to go, Mansell, by fiddling around with some switches in his car, managed to fix. Oh, Ricciardo's in as well. He managed to fix the problem. And then Mansell just took off and he went bananas. He was flying along. There were sparks. I remember the sparks flying out from underneath the Williams as he was setting fastest lap after fastest lap. God, look at that. And he closed on Patrese, closed, but eventually Patrese crossed the line to win the race with Mansell just 1 second behind him. Mansell having pulled back half a minute. Fantastic race to watch, but unfortunately still second place for Mansell. Two great Mexican Grand Prix, 1990 and 1991. Okay, let's concentrate on this race. Still stuck right behind Ricciardo. Am I going to get past him like this maybe? No, that would have been a bit of a disaster, I think. Just try and get him up into the hairpin coming up in a minute. Got DRS. Yes. Got him that time. Okay. My teammate's in the pits. So I've just passed him, that's good. So where am I now? 9th. Hopefully there's one or two more cars still due to come in. I think this track has been hosting Grand Prix on and off since 1963. I didn't know that off the top of my head. I looked that up actually before I did this race. I knew it had been around a long time, I just didn't know how long. I'm surprised it's as old as that actually. But it's a lot different now to what it was. The long straight is still there though. And I think these curvy twisty bits, they ring a bell. I think they were there. Sort of similar to Beckett's, but this stadium section is new. I think this was done in the same way that the Hockenheim stadium section was done. It's very similar. It's good. I mean, I love that, the high banking there for the crowd. It looks so steep. The grandstand, in that big grandstand area. But unfortunately, you're not seeing the cars go fast at all. You're seeing them go about, I don't know what speed, but very slowly around those corners in the stadium section. But that's often the way at Grand Prix circuits. Get a good view, but if you want a good view, you often have to see them at their slowest. Like here, for instance. I wonder if I'm going to get any penalties for any jiggery pokery I was doing earlier in the race. Well, I'm 7th now. 2 other cars have come in, clearly. Now I should be able to get past Norris. We'll see. Hopefully I can. Ricciardo now 4.5 seconds behind me. That shows you how much quicker I was than him. But he held me up for a long time. I need to get past Norris. Oh, am I going to do it here? Possibly. Quartier. Well, I was way offline there, but Norris couldn't get past me. Yeah, I'm sure these twisty bits here, these backwards and forwards, left and right, snaking, long chicane thing, whatever it is, I'm sure I recognise that from 30 plus years ago. Yeah, that stadium section does look impressive, but the cars go slowly, so slowly through it, that's the problem. So lap 13 out of 18. Whoa, what's going on there? What are you doing, Norris? I was supposed to be quicker than you. Okay. It's time to get Albon. I hate the first corner of this little these sweepy bits, because I'm tempted to take it flat, but I think if I did that, I would go off the track at one of the other bits, one of the other corners, because it would completely throw me off my rhythm. So because of that, I slow down probably too much for that corner, and then make a bit of a mess of it. Happens every lap. DRS. I'm looking forward to getting the 2022 game. I'll get that as soon as it comes out in a couple of months. I'll start doing videos on that. I'll probably still do the odd video on 2022. Sorry, on 2020. But most of my gaming videos will be on F1 2022, I think. And I think they have other types of racing cars as well, not just Formula One in that game. Not certain, but I think so. Where's Norris? He's already 3.5 seconds behind me. It's like he's given up. That was his one lunge, and now he's given up. The interesting thing about this game is that it's the only one where you'll get the Vietnamese Grand Prix, because it was supposed to be in the 2020 season. There you go, past Albon. It was supposed to be in the 2020 season, but COVID knocked it out, and then it disappeared for good due to financial issues, some problems. Were they dodgy financial problems? Can't remember now. Anyway, so that street circuit never raced on, and now I assume will never be. But it was supposed to be, so therefore it's in this game. It's an incredibly difficult track. I took place in a full-length Grand Prix in that race, and I don't think I came last, second last, or I think I beat the two Williams, basically. I forget what car I was in, though. Okay, I can get Perez for fourth. I'm sure I can. But how many laps we got left? 3 laps. Perez, he's a feisty devil, but 2.5 laps here to make a move on him. Bottas in third place is way out in front. There's no way I'll catch him. I assume Hamilton and Verstappen are in front of him. Just biding my time, inching closer and closer. Won't make the crowd very happy though if I do get past him. Two laps left to do it. all I've got to do is get my braking into one particular corner perfect, and that'll get me right on his tail. I'm not getting DRS at the moment. Oh, God dear, what was that? Did he brake test me? That was super slow. He was extremely slow there. Oh, he's going so slowly. What's going on? That is really throwing me off my rhythm, just like, was it Ricardo that was doing that earlier? What? Okay, I've got DRS now, but now he's, after brake testing me, he's now shot off again. It's like after a safety car period, when the leader goes really slow and then suddenly floors it. Oh yeah, I was good through there. I did that well. Is that going to help me? Surely I've got DRS. Yep. Okay. This is the last lap. I'm going to have to go for it, aren't I? He's right there. He's right there. And I've got past him. I've got him. Now I've got to drive through the stadium section and hope I don't get hit by a flying beer bottle or anything. I shouldn't look behind me whilst doing this. Hamilton won the race. That's good to see. Oh, he's all fired up, isn't he? He's all fired up. He wants to get that position back. It's not going to happen though. Yes. 4th place. Not bad at all. I'll take that. Good fun, that race. Bit of sideways racing early on. But some good scraps. That's old Toto. He's happy. Good to see him happy again. Right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And if you'd like to subscribe, please do so. If you'd like to like the video, please do so. And if you'd like to comment, please do so. And I'll see you on the very next video. Thank you very much.